say, kids, what time is it?
Hey, it's Ed tonight, GeekTime TV, and hey, it's this year is Avengers and X-Men 60th anniversary, which I had totally forgot about it, given the crappy quality of the stories we're seeing out of Marvel these days, which is a shame because this really should be a huge event, and it just doesn't feel like it because of the stories aren't really that good right now. But I was surprised to see this. Avengers and X-Men get Alex Ross art for 60th anniversary. Legendary comic artist Alex Ross brings the Avengers and X-Men together in commemorative variant covers celebrating the group's 60th anniversaries. And here we have a sample of it. Alex Ross has this incredible art. They're just like paintings basically, and there's such an incredible amount of you can see the detail here. The colors just jump out of the page. They're very lifelike. He's usually sought after for to do variant covers of many different titles, and I was surprised because that they're doing this because of the classic look that he's giving these heroes. Celebrated artist and writer Alex Ross, who brought critically acclaimed works such as Marvel's and Earth X to Marvel, returns with celebratory variant covers dedicated to Marvel's greatest superhero groups, the Avengers and Uncanny X-Men. As per press release from Marvel, beginning this August, a series of interconnecting 60th anniversary variant covers will be available for fans to collect through the pages of Jerry Duggan and Javier Garron's Uncanny Avengers #1. Ross's artwork highlights the star-studded members who have joined the ranks of Earth's mightiest heroes through the Marvel history, including the earliest lineup of Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Wasp, and Ant-Man, aka Hank Pym. In crafting the artwork, Ross made it his mission to pay specific tribute to the original era of the Avengers, from the team's inception in the early 60s to the duration of the 80s. New recruits Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Quicksilver, Vision, and many other fan favorites are front and center alongside the original five. This is why it's surprising to me, because they're actually letting him draw the classic look of the Avengers from the early 60s to the duration of the 80s, which is back when the stories were actually good, not like today, where all we see is identity politics all over the place. But so we get the actual heroes from back then. All this is supposed to be a collage of all the Marvel heroes, part of the Avengers, but back from their classic looks, before everything started getting race swapped and gender swapped, and all sorts of renditions of one hero started popping up all over the place. Let me get a bigger picture here. Okay, this is I just love this. Putting aside all the incredible detail that had to be put into this because he's got to include so many heroes. There's just such detail and such realism here. If you look at Black Panther here, like you see where all the lighting kind of reflects on his costume. That's so detailed. You have I love this. You have the classic Hawkeye look here. You have Iron Man, of course, the Hulk, Steve Rogers, Captain America, front and center. Oh, here's the classic Black Widow in her costume. Thor, of course. This is when Carol Danvers was actually interesting. Back when she wore her costume with, I loved this costume with the red sash here. Back when when she was known as Miss Marvel, before they took that away from her and gave it to some diverse character. The best part of this, probably one of the best parts of this, is you see here Sam Wilson, the Falcon. He's an original African American hero, who's been around for 40 years, before they slapped the Captain America costume on him. But right here, he looks so much better in his classic look as the Falcon than he does as Captain America, because he looks so weird with the Captain America costume slapped on him. But here he looks awesome. I guess the only kind of thing that looks a little that I don't agree with. I'm not sure why it's done this way. Well, I have an idea. Here you have at the far right hand corner is Spider-Man, which is not a very prominent spot for him, considering how important Spider-Man is to Marvel. But when you think about it, this is supposed to be the Avengers, and Spider-Man classically has been someone who's never really part of a group. He was part of the Avengers for a short amount of time, but this is supposed to be displaying Avengers. So I can see why this choice to have Spider-Man back here, because he really is mostly someone who's just always a loner. So I mean, this is just incredible. And then we have, let's see, September 1 of 1963 saw the comic book debut of both the Avengers and X-Men, co-created by the iconic duo of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I think that's so incredible that both of these superhero groups, Avengers and X-Men, started at the same month and year. Considering the impact they've had on our pop culture, they were around they started at the exact same time. While the Fantastic Four represented the beginnings of the modern Marvel Universe, the Avengers united several established Marvel heroes in one book, created a beloved team. Less well received were the hated and feared Mutants of the X-Men, whose comic was actually canceled due to low sales, only for the team to return stronger than ever a decade later with an entirely new lineup and creative team. And what Alex Ross did with the X-Men is he recreated the classic Jim Lee 1991 X-Men #1, which went on to do massive sales. I think it's probably like the highest selling Marvel comic maybe ever. And he kind of did an homage to it by recreating it. And I mean, the Jim Lee cover is great. I actually like this new look. Yeah, I actually like this new look from Alex Ross, not just because the painting like art, but because you see some details here like Magneto actually feeling the effects of the attack of the X-Men. You have, of course, Cyclops and Wolverine at the forefront of the attack. Here we have Betsy Braddock as Psylocke before they took that away from her as well and gave it to some other character. Psylocke will always be Betsy Braddock to me. Um, Again, with her classic costume here, the Beast, Colossus. We have Storm's lightning strikes from back here. And again, the only problem I see here and this is not uh, Alex Ross that did this because he's doing redoing the X-Men #1 cover, is that Jean Grey, who's a very prominent X-Men, actually is way back here. So I don't like that, but that's the way it was done with Jim Lee originally, anyways. And plus, I don't like that costume that she had at this point. But anyways, these covers are so good, and Marvel's probably going to get me to with this great decision, uh, showing all the heroes in their classic looks. It's probably going to get me to buy a couple of these. I'm sure I won't like the stories. They're probably going to be filled with identity politics, just like we see in the current age. But I might just want to just to look at the covers on here. And if you want to see more Alex Ross work, here we have you can get this came out of, I believe, a couple years ago. The Alex Ross Marvel Comics poster book. This is out already now, so you don't have to wait for the new variant covers that are coming. It's I believe it was a couple. I think you can still get this for under like $20, and it shows not just the Avengers but Marvel heroes. It shows basically each page is like a poster of each hero, um, and they're really classic looks and just fantastic art. Oh, I love that Human Torch. This is incredible with Surfer. Is just how it just shows the gleaming of both him and the surfboard. Mr. Fantastic. So such incredible renditions here. Classic Iron Man here. Storm. The Hulk looks awesome. Look, I like how he draws the Hulk, like where it's like he's just pushing out the outer edges of the page. But the highlight of the book is this I believe it's a 4-page fold out of all of them in one shot. And again, I just admire the incredible details that goes into putting them all onto one page like this. And you see, just like with the proposed Avengers and X-Men covers that they're coming up with, it shows them in their classic, shows the heroes in their classic looks. And here's Spider-Man front and center, because this is more like just Marvel in general, not just the Avengers. And here, oh, I wanted to highlight this here, Jean Grey. Now this is the costume that I always liked, that she wore in her classic Phoenix look, with the gold sash and gold gloves, gold boots. And again, I can't say enough about this art, which is what attracted me to this, what they're doing in the first place. And I'm a little surprised that Marvel's doing this, considering all the changes they've made to the superheroes, that they're actually doing the classic looks. But I love it. And the 60th anniversary of the Avengers and X-Men should be one of the greatest events of all time for Marvel. But unfortunately, I think it's going to just fall on its face, because of those. The stories won't be good, but at least the covers will be great. And I'm going to probably wind up getting a couple of these. So hope you like this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at GeekTimeNet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?